This content is the property of Put It Out There TV, also known as p.i.o.t. TV, a property of the House of Yasha Allah El Trust. If you are viewing and or listening to this content on a non-p.i.o.t. TV branded platform, then we kindly ask that you stop and flag this content for copyright infringement. Thank you.
Benin, okay? We have Benin, or sometimes y'all ever heard of Benin before? Y'all ever heard of Benin before? Then the word Benin. You got that word Ben, son in there again. It goes on to say build. Building. It says the building of a family or a structure for housing the family. And I would rather use mishpakhah. I would rather say mishpakhah because a family, when you look into it, a family are slaves, servants, is what a family is when you look into it. Famolus. So you look up the word famolus, and you'll see that you may not necessarily want to use the term family. I would rather use the term mishpakhah, right? So it says Benin or Benin, the building of a family or a structure for housing the family. So do you see how far we're 31 minutes and 25 seconds into this video, and we've only focused on one word out of the Moorish Hebrew tongue, the word Ben, to show you that in actuality, Masonry, Freemasonry, is in Moorish culture. Joseph Solomon, Moabites, Canaanites, Israelites, all brothers, different dialects, father-in-law, and shit. Oh, that disappeared. Hold on. Except Moors reveal, don't conceal. Exactly. It's just as simple as that. Moors reveal and don't conceal. And that's why I'm doing this video, brother. I appreciate you interacting. And that's really why I'm doing this video. You know what I'm saying? To show people there's no reason to be spooked out about this masonry stuff because it's yours and it's in your culture. That's why identity and all of that stuff, a lot of stuff can be just quelled. A lot of fires based off of dogma can be quelled with studying of language, period. And like, I am no master pro at this Moorish Hebrew or Moorish Canaanite. I am not a master pro. This is basic stuff, but I think this is a level that we all should be at when we're running around saying we're Moabites, Canaanites, Israelites, Hittites, Amorites, and you don't even know how to read the alphabet. Like, you can't even go into it instead of being able, and this is no dissing, brothers and sisters, but this is what I'm saying, just studying this basic stuff, you will actually see. For instance, this is how you know. Again, we say what? Masonry deals with building, right? The word Abba, which you will find in the Canaanite, you will find in the Arabic, you will find in with Moabite, whatever. Abba or Abu are made up of two letters, Aleph, Bet. Aleph meaning power, Bet meaning house. So Abba, when you put Aleph and Bet together, you get power of the house. Powerhouse. That's what you get. This is what I need to, so you still see how it's dealing with constructing, it's dealing with the foreman, how the father is the foreman of the house. In reality, he's the head of that construction and everything that's going on in that construction. Abba, power of the house. Aleph, Bet, Abba, Abu. It's there. They're telling you. It's there. So let's go on. So don't forget. So far we've come across, we see that son, the word Ben. Ben means to build. It means a tent panel. It means intelligence. We haven't got into that, but we do know that it means to build, right? We know it means to build. So let's go on. Let me remind y'all again. Ben, tent panel. There are many similarities between building a tent out of goat hair panels and the building of a house out of sons. The idea of building a house with sons can be seen in Genesis chapter 30, verse 3. Just as the tent panels are added to continue the tent, sons are born to the family to continue the family line. Just as the tent is continually being renewed with new panels, the family is continually being renewed with new sons. Now let me tell y'all something. This stuff that I'm reading to you about the sons in the building, I didn't necessarily get this all those years ago from reading this. I got this because I started to comprehend that language from the cultural perspective of our ancestors, because I started to comprehend the equations of the alphabets when you put them together, because it's an equation. It's literally math. Like, it's literally math. Like, when you put the word, the letters aleph and bet together, as long as you know what those alphabets mean separately and what they mean put together, there's no way that you could not know what it means. Like, you literally don't even have to know the language. You're like, well, aleph, I know that means power, and bet is house, so that's powerhouse. So that's the power of the house. So that's the head of the house, head of the household on them taxes. I'm telling you, Moorish language is beautiful. A lot of them, y'all got to get into them. You really do. Okay, so let's go on. And Muslims need to stop trying to hide secrets. We already know Moors are unlocking due to the Moors. Yep, they noticing. They are. They sure are. All right. Okay. Then here goes the word Benin. So I've actually found the word Benin in the Moorish Hebrew. So this is what y'all need to comprehend. The words are there in these places that you're seeing. Okay, so it says Benin, building. Hebrew and Aramaic, building, Benin. Then it goes on to say Eben. We're at the word Eben. Now Eben, you drop that you still have ben. Now what have we got? Ben means building, right? We've got that. But Eben translates to stone. Eben translates to stone. So what have I been saying? The sons are the stones that's added on to the house. You see? This is all Moorish Hebrew etymology. This is simple. So Eben, you got that word ben again. Here it goes. It says build. Then it says the concrete meaning of it means stone. Now, when I say concrete, what you have to understand about the Moorish tongues, you guys, is there is no abstract. There are no words based off of things that the five senses can't be exercised on. Like, for instance, the word anger, you won't find it in the context that you would find in Western context. Your language is based off of the five senses. So you wonder why you always hear people in the Moor Science Temple and Moors of certain levels of study say, exercise your five senses. That's your culture, dodo bird. Your language is based off of the five senses. It's either based off of sight, it's either based off of hearing, it's based off of smell, it's based off of taste, or it's based off of touch. Y'all should know that. So if you're running around here, you're talking, you're a Moabite, you're a Canaanite, Hittite, get right, you should be studying your ancestral language. It's just as simple as that. You should at least have this common basic understanding. Let me give you another. I remember one time, because you can buy bottled water. You can buy a 24 pack of bottled water, at least where I domicile at. You can buy a 24 pack of bottled water for $2.99, $3.99, right? So one day I go into an Arab-owned corner store. Where I'm at, it's a small town. We don't have bodegas here. It's a corner store. It's just as simple as that. And, so I'm in a rush. I'm trying to get me some bottled water. I'm having some folks come over to my apartment. I'm trying to get some bottled water. So, I go and ask the Arab brothers in there, Palestinian national, Palestinian Americans. I asked him, I said, how much, for a pack of water? So he said in Arabic a little bit, Isrim. And I looked at him, I'm like, man, you crazy. I'm not about to pay y'all $20 for no 24 pack and no damn, no water when I can go to Walmart and get this for $3. I'm like, y'all crazy. So these Palestinian brothers' mouth dropped. They mouth dropped when I'm like, He looked at me, he's like, you know Arabic? I'm like, no. I'm like, I know a little bit of Hebrew. I'm like, it's damn near the same thing. I'm like, and I'm not about to pay you $20, my man. Like, you crazy. Period. And walked out the store because I was in a rush. You know what I'm saying? So studying these languages, sometimes you know what I'm saying, you can be out in public somewhere else and you'll hear some stuff and comprehend it fully. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a beautiful thing. But let's go on. All right, so we see that son means to build. We see that it means stone. So now we're going to the word haben. Haben. We got ben in there again. We got ben in there again, right? It says haben means hard, the hardness of a stone or